This is the L2C Media Network and live from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk in our Tom O'Neill Memorial Studios here in Jackson. This is Sports Final with Steve the Baxman Baxley, brought to you by the L2C Media Network. And now, if it's Thursday, let's hammer it to the weekend. That'd make it Thursday. I'm Harry Von Stuttgart, your announcer, and here with the details that makes the sports headlines seem senseless, Steve the Baxman Baxley. Hey, how you doing? Thank you, Harry. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the madness that we like to call Sports Final. And yes, friends, it is Thursday, and unlike your normal sports, your normal sporty balls, ours will never be deflated. Tonight we have Thursday night football and a few things, including, yes, friends, the NHL is back. And on TNT, they're doing pretty good. They had a few glitches, but still not bad for a returning network. So while we bring you all this, that, and the other stuff, we're gonna get you your sports, some media news, another. Oh, this has been a good time for ESPN. What else is there? A few other things as well. So let's get to this here. All right. We got about 45 to 55 minutes of a show. Oh, bite me. So let's go that way. And let's go to it. And let's hit it just right there. Yes, friends. We got to hit it, and we're going to hit it good. Let's start off first with Major League Baseball as we're winding down to a precious few. That's right, folks. Very precious few. How precious a few? I don't really know, but it's got to be more than, anything else. Caesar Sportsbook presents the scoreboard. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's rock and roll with some of the games that are going on still. Some having playoff potential and others just having potential. Like, for example, in the fifth inning, the Arizona Diamondbacks lead the San Francisco Giants 4-3. In the bottom of the bottom of the fifth inning, it's the defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers overtaking the San Diego Padres 4-3. Let's go now for some of the final scores. Cardinals over the Brewers 4-3, 4-5-0 for the Cards, and 0 for the Brewers. Happ got the win for the Cardinals. He's 10-8. Sanchez got the loss for the Brewers. He's 2-1. Save of the season in the Cards. All right, Texas Rangers beat the LA Angels by a score of 7-6, 7-9-0 for the Rangers, 6-12-0 for thank you very much. 6-12-0 for the Angels, 7-9-0 for Rangers. There we go. Patton got the win. He's 2-2. Herget got the loss. He's 2-3. Barlow got his 11th save. Cubs beat the Pirates 9-0, 9-13-0 for the Cubs, 0-6-0 for the Pirates. Steele gets the win for the Cubs. He's 4-4. Yager got the loss. He's 0-2. Let's keep going. Baltimore Orioles defeated the Boston Red Sox 6-2, 6-9-0 for the Warriors, 2-5-1 for the Red Sox. Wells got the win. He's 2-3. Pivoted. He's 9-8 with the loss. Yankees beat the Blue Jays 6-2, 6-6-0 for the Yankees, 2-10-1 for the Blue Jays. King the winner for the Yanks. He's 2-4. Ray was not a drop of golden sun. Got the loss. He's 13-7, and we're sort of tilted. Let's see if we can't get that straightened out. There we go. We not only got it straightened out, but it looks good now. Okay, Ray 13-7 with the loss. New York Mets went on a feeding frenzy against the Marlins, 12-3, 12-10-1 for the Mets, 3-6-1 for the Marlins. Hill got the win. He's 7-8. Gunther got the loss. He's 0-1. Houston Astros over the Tampa Bay Rays, 3-2, 3-7-1 for the Stros, 2-4-0 for the Rays. McCullers got the win for the Astros. He's 13-5. Yarborough got the loss for the Rays. He's 9-7. And Presley got his 26th save of the season. The Atlanta Braves beat up on the Philadelphia Phillies 5-3, 5-6-0 for the Bravos, 3-5-1 for the Phils. Anderson got the win for the Braves. He's 9-5. Gibson got the loss. He's 10-9, and Smith gave Atlanta his 37th save. The Detroit Tigers decimated the Minnesota Twins 10-7, 10-9-0 for the Tigers, 7-10-0 for the Twins. Lang got the win for the Tigers. He's 1-3. Garza gets the loss for the Twins. He's 1-4, and Fulmer gets his 13th save. And finally, the soon-to-be nameless for now Cleveland Indians. Next year, they'll be known supposedly, maybe, as the Gladiators. They cooked the Royals in a fine broth. 6-1, 6-9-0 for the Indians, 1-10-2 for the Royals. Allen gets the win. He's 2-7. Zerpa gets the loss. He's 0-1. And now it's time for what we like to call our Major League Baseball standings, the race to the playoff spot. It, as always, begins right here. Let's go to the standings as we speak. This is the night of clinchers. Let's see if anyone did get the clinch, shall we? Boom. Tampa Bay, obviously, your AL East division champs. They're still 98-61. Yankees, they're out of it. That's right. 91, they're, let's see, let's do it properly. Tampa Bay on top, 98-61, 7 up on the Yankees, who are eliminated at 91-68, 9 up on Boston, also eliminated, 89-70, 10 up on Toronto, 88-71, and 46 up on Baltimore, 52-107. Wow. Chicago White Sox, they clinched their division. By the way, once again, the Tampa Bay Rays not only clinched the division, they also clinched best record. Chicago White Sox clinched their division, 91-68, 13 up on Cleveland at 78-81. They're eliminated. 15 up on Detroit at 76-83. They're gone. 18 up on Kansas City at 73-86, had no chance. And 20 up on Minnesota at 71-88, had no chance either. In the AL West, it's Houston. No matter what happens, Houston, your AL West division champions at 93-66, 4 up on Seattle, now eliminated at 89-70. 8 up on Oakland, 85-74. They're gone. 18 up on the LA Angels at 75-84. They're done. And 34 up on Texas at 59-100. They are toast. In the National League East, we can officially say that the Atlanta Braves are NL East division winners at 86-72. Philadelphia, they're 5.5 up on Philadelphia, 81-78. They were eliminated. 10.5 up on the New York Mets at 76-83. They're gone. 21.5 up on the Miami Marlins and the Washington Nationals, both with 65 and 94 records. Both also, by the way, eliminated. The National League Central Division, breathe a little easier. Milwaukee has captured that flag. Now it's just wild card time. St. Louis, 95 and 64. They're 6 up on St. Louis, who's clinched the wild card at 89 and 70, but they're eliminated. 13 up on Cincinnati at 82 and 77, also eliminated. Chicago Cubs, 26 up. They're 26 up on the Chicago Cubs, also eliminated at 69. Thank you. 69-90 for the Cubs. They're done. And they're 36 up on the Pittsburgh Pirates at 59 and 100. The National League West is still up for grabs. Still. San Francisco has already clinched a playoff berth, but so too have the defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers. San Francisco is 104 and 54. Dodgers they're 2 up on the Dodgers with 102 and 56. This is the last few days of the season, which means only one thing. The Dodgers will have to win and hope San Francisco blows up so they can get the NL West title. The winners will have that title. The loser will have a wild card spot. Right now, Dodgers are 102 and 56. San Francisco 26 up on San Diego at 78 and 80. 31 up on Colorado at 73 and 85. And 54 up on the worst. The worst. One more time. The devastatingly worst team in baseball. That award goes to the Arizona Diamondbacks, 50 and 108. 54 games out of first place. There you go. So right now, to make this official, the wild cards. Right now it's going to be probably the last game of the season before we separate this. But right now, the Yankees, Boston, and Seattle are in that devastating disaster area. Toronto is the only one that also has a chance. Oakland is out of it. So is Cleveland. There's your AL. Meanwhile, the NL, we all know San Francisco, Milwaukee, and Atlanta. But again, it's only 2 games out for the Dodgers. If they win 2 games and San Francisco loses completely, then the LA Dodgers will have the West, and San Francisco will have that second wild card ticket. So there you go, folks, right there in a nutshell. By the way, Nick Rekieta this afternoon had a 4-hour live streaming event. We don't know if he's going to be streaming tonight, so as they say, stay tuned for developments. Nick Rekieta, of course, the humble Minnesota lawyer, does a show called Law Explaining the Interwebs, which is usually on Monday through Friday, midnight to 3 a.m. Eastern Time, here on YouTube on the Rekieta Law channel. And there we go. Let us now go to also getting ready to take a little fall siesta. The minor leagues. Let's go now to AAA, where right now in the top of the 7th, Salt Lake leads Tacoma 2-1. Albuquerque leads Sacramento, same inning, 2-1. Final scores: Dunham Oh no, excuse me, Durham over Norfolk 8-0, 8-12-0 for Durham. 0-3-2 for Norfolk. Romero got the win. He's 7-2. Smith gets the loss. He's 3-6. Scranton Wilkes-Barre over Rochester 6-4, 6-11-1 for Scranton Wilkes-Barre, 4-6-1 for Rochester. Marinaccio gets the win. He's 1-0. Klobositz gets the loss. He's 1-2. Louisville outlasted Columbus 5-2, 5-9-1 for the Ville, 2-5-1 for Columbus. Lee gets the win. He's 1-0. Scott gets the loss. He's 0-3. And Duarte, his first save of the season. St. Paul over Toledo 2-0, 2-2-0 for St. Paul, 0-6-0 for Toledo Shepherd. And a Shepherd will lead St. Paul to a win. He's 9-6. Leiter Jr. got the loss. He's 8-4. And Cano gets his third save. Buffalo beats Syracuse 8-5, 8-7-1 for Buffalo, 5-6-2 for the Qs. Algar gets a win for Buffalo. He's 5-5. Reed gets a loss. He's 0-1, and Thornton gets his third save for Buffalo. Worcester gets the big win over Lehigh Valley, 10-9, 10-16-0 for the W. 9-12-2 for Lehigh Valley. Schreiber gets the win. He's 3-3. Perkins lost. He's 0-3. Nashville over Indianapolis, 8-3, 8-9-0 for the Ville, 3-7-2 for Indianapolis. Small gets the win. He's 2-0. Sulzer gets a loss. He's 7-9. Jacksonville over Gwinnett, 7-5, 7-14-2 for the Ville. 5-12-1 for Gwinnett. Alexander got the win. He's 1-1. Rodriguez gets a loss. He's 6-6. And Fishman got his first save. Memphis over Charlotte, 6-4, 6-12-1 for Memphis, 4-8-0 for Charlotte. Warner gets the win. He's 7-3. McClure gets a loss. He's 2-3. And Bozakovic gets his third save. Round Rock over Sugarland, 3-1, 3-6-1 for Round Rock, 1-3-0 for Sugarland. Rodriguez gets the win. He's 3-3. Blanco the loss. He's 5-3. Oklahoma City over El Paso, 5-2, 5-8-1 for Oklahoma City, 2-9-2 for El Paso. Pepiot gets the win. He's 2-5. Diaz gets a loss. He's 0-4. And Pezos gets his seventh save. Omaha and Iowa and Vegas and Reno. Both games were canceled. Omaha and Iowa's due to rain. Vegas and Reno due to COVID. Okay, let's go now to AA. Beep, beep. There are no games available. There are no games there in AA. How about High A? No games on High A. How about the low? No games on the low. So we're done with the minor leagues. There you go, folks. Done with the minor leagues. So no West for the weary. And speaking of weary, let's go from MLB to NFL and give you the results of tonight's big game here. Let's do the exciting thing that we love to do, and that is called, hey, let's do the scores. No, let's get back to football. Better yet, just go like that. There we go. All right, the Bengals. Joe Burrow outdueled Trevor Lawrence as Cincinnati staged a second-half comeback. Now, Cincinnati Bengals did not lead the Jacksonville Jaguars for the bulk of the Thursday Night Football matchup. With just 4 seconds remaining on the clock. However, kicker Evan McPherson was able to net a 35-yard field goal to give Cincinnati its third win of the season, rallying back to beat Jacksonville 24-21. With the game tied at 21 apiece, Joe Burrow was able to lead the Bengals offense 73 yards down the field to set up the game winner and hand Jacksonville its 19th consecutive loss. This all comes after the Jags were able to jump out to a 14-point lead at halftime, making the second week in a row where they allowed a second half comeback. Burrow finished the game completing 25 of his 32 throws for 348 yards and 2 touchdowns. C.J. Uzomah, who also was second on the team with 95 yards receiving. He completed 17 of his 24 throws for 204 yards and no turnovers. None. He was wiped. There you go. He also rushed for 36 yards and a score in the losing effort. From here, the Jags will head back to the Ville and await their AFC South rival in Tennessee Titans, who will be taking on the Jets in New York later on in Week 4. As for the Bengals, they'll stay in Cincy and prepare for Aaron Rodgers and the Pack. Green Bay is facing the Steelers at Lambeau Field on Sunday. Ooh, that's going to be wild. And there is your Thursday night football wrap-up. Hey. Thank you. Okay, let's go from the MLB to the NHL. Preseason hockey still going on strong, but this time some games were put up and on. The folks at TNT, in fact, just going to pay a little bill here and see how their action is going. Anyway, let's get to the preseason events. Second intermission. LA Kings lead the Golden Knights of Vegas 2-0. That game, of course, on TNT. It's the first time since 1972 that Turner Sports, and to be more precise, TBS, broadcast hockey games. They broadcast the Atlanta Flames on what was known as WTCG, then later to be known as Superstation WTBS TV, the home of wrestling. Yes, you're in time, Dandelion. Hockey! Oh, I get to do this now with the kazoo, so please forgive me because this is the cherished theme. I get to do this every night, and it's going to be fun, so here we go. Now, for those of you that don't know what I just played, that is called Canada's second national anthem. It is the original one and only Hockey Night in Canada theme, which now belongs to the folks over at CTV La Belle Media. That's right, in perpetuity. Yeah, Dolores Clayman wrote it, and am I able to get this out? I hope. Let me move the mic out of the way. Ooh, don't want to lose that. There you go. There it is. There it is. Where's the camera? There we go. The hockey theme, and I was lucky to be attending a sports convention in Novi, sponsored by 97.1 The Ticket out of Detroit. And I got the Detroit Red Wings, I got Detroit Red Wing autographs, obviously. But one autograph that I was proud of getting, he's the only one that autographed the inside because he was a part of Hockey Night in Canada I present to you. Let me show it to you nicely. There it is. Mickey Redmond signed the CD. That was freaking honor. I will tell you, that was freaking honor. I showed this to him and I said, there's, he was starting to write on there. And I said, nope, I got a place for you right there because you were a part of Hockey Night in Canada. He signed it. There's that signature. I love hockey. Every Saturday night, forget date night. Saturday night was hockey night, folks. Okay, let's get to it. We do have an update, folks. Final score about to come in. San Jose Sharks beat the Anaheim Not So Mighty Ducks. And yes, friends, that is it. Final score, Sharks 2, Ducks 1. More final scores. Very nice. Hockey night equals date night in Canada. That's right. Although now that for about 6 more years, hockey night in Canada and the NHL in particular are the property of Rogers Media and Sports. I mean, you lose Canada's second national anthem to the gang at CTV / La Belle Media in perpetuity, and then you lose the rights to hockey and Hockey Night in Canada to Rogers Sports and Media, or Rogers Media and Sports. Boy, it sucks to be the CBC because now they're just the network that airs hockey, which is good. And lucky moi, I still get to watch it. Thank you, NHL Network. Okay, let's get on with it here. By the way, this is the first year of a multi-year deal with Turner Sports, TNT, and ESPN's back in it. They got a new hockey show coming up. We'll talk to you about that as well. But let's get back to the scoring here. And when we get the Molson 3 stars, we will let you know. Predators beat the Lightning by a score of 6-2. No 3 stars were there. There are no 3-star selection yet. CBC viewership actually went up during the hockey strike. Yeah, they had movie night in Canada, I do believe, along with some old Hockey Night in Canada video. Red Wings beat Les Sabres du Buffalo 6-2. Bruins beat up the Philadelphia Flyers, a game that you saw obviously on TNT, 4-2. And yes, it's hockey, and I get to say it the old-fashioned way. The Molson Cup 3-star selection: Hall for Boston, 2 assists. Holla for Boston, 2 assists, and Farabee's got glove. He got 2. He got 2 goals. And we had one more game. Shock. The Colorado Avalanche beat the Minnesota Wild 6-4. They haven't even posted up the 3 stars. So there you go, folks. Once again, for those of you that would like a little knowledge, let's do this because we can. But we get to do the check here. We're going to do this every day, of course. Obviously, I don't watch sports. I depend on these sort of updates to maintain water cooler conversation cred. God love you, Dad. Okay, let's get to my favorite portion. What's coming up on? I don't know, but we're going to find out, of course. Um, let's boop that. Let's go to Le Bon Schedule. Boop. Okay, here we go. Little schedule. And do we need the okay. Let's see. Season starts, I think, on Saturday. So let's see. Thank you. Stop seeing the ad. Thank you very much. Okay, let's just do it anyways. Friday, October 1st. Here are the games. Networks, well, to be determined more or less. Pittsburgh at Buffalo, 7 o'clock games for Friday. Pittsburgh at Buffalo. The Rangers at New Jersey, 7 o'clock on the NHL Network, MSG Plus and MSG. Dallas at Florida. Carolina at Tampa Bay. For you folks up there north of the Border. Montreal at Ottawa. They'll be on TSN 5, TSN 2, and RDS. St. Louis at Chicago, 8:30 on NBC Sports Chicago Plus. Vancouver, Calgary, 9 p.m. Eastern on Sportsnet 1. Los Angeles at Vegas, 10 p.m. Eastern, the NHL Network and KTNV. Edmonton at Seattle at 10 p.m. Eastern to be carried on King. These are obviously our preseason games. Saturday, October 2nd. Here we go. Big moment. New Jersey and the Islanders, 2 o'clock. Network to be determined. That'll be at Bridgeport, Connecticut at the Webster Bank Arena. 6 o'clock game, Anaheim at Arizona. Winnipeg at Edmonton, 7 p.m. TSN numero 3. Ottawa at Montreal, 7 p.m. TSN 5, RDS, and TSN S. No, there's 2 TSN 5s. Okay, we'll just say it like that, TSN 5. It looked like an S. Washington, Philadelphia, 7 o'clock on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus and NBC Sports Washington. New York Rangers at Boston, 7 o'clock on the NHL Network, MSG, and NESN or NESN Plus. Columbus at Detroit, 7 o'clock, Bally Sports Detroit Plus. Tampa Bay at Nashville, 8 p.m. Chicago at St. Louis at Independence, Missouri, the Cable Dahmer Arena, 8 p.m. Calgary at Seattle, 10 p.m. on Kong, which, let's face it, is, logical because the preseason games are on King and Kong. There you go. It's a guerrilla network. And Calgary at Seattle, I've already made mention, 10 p.m. on Kong. That's at Kent, Washington, the Accesso Showwear Center. Sunday, October 3rd, Detroit at Pittsburgh at noon. Winnipeg at Vancouver, 7 p.m. NHL Network and Sportsnet back up in Le Canada. Arizona at Dallas, 9 p.m. At the Kraft Hockeyville, USA at El Paso, Texas. The El Paso County Events Center. There you go. What about regular season, guy? Oh, the regular season starts October 9th. Does it? No, it does not start October 9th. It does start the 13th. Okay. Let's give you the October 13th matchups while we're on the subjective. Montreal at 7 o'clock, 7:30 games. Montreal at Toronto, 7 p.m. Sportsnet and TVA Sports, all français. Rangers at Washington, 7:30 TNT. Winnipeg at Anaheim, 10 p.m. Sportsnet 360, Bally Sports, Southern California. Chicago, Colorado, 10 p.m. on TNT. Vancouver and Edmonton, 10 p.m. Sportsnet. And let's see. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, friends. All right, here we go. The first Saturday night of Hockey Night in Canada. Let's give you the Saturday night hockey list. For October 16th, Arizona Buffalo, 1 o'clock on the NHL Network, Madison Square Garden Network Buffalo, and Bally Sports Arizona. New York Islanders at Florida, 6 p.m., Bally Sports Florida, MSG Plus. Dallas at Boston, 7 o'clock, Bally Sports Southwest. Now for the Hockey Night in Canada, or Hockey Night in Canada cans. Hockey Night in Canada fans out there, here are your games. Ottawa, Toronto, 7 p.m., CBC, Sportsnet Ottawa, Sportsnet West. New York Rangers in Montreal, 7 p.m. on City. Let's try again. 7 p.m. Eastern on City TV, Sportsnet East, TVA Sports, and MSG. Vancouver, Detroit, 7 p.m. Eastern on Sportsnet Pacific and Bally Sports Detroit. Chicago, Pittsburgh, 7 p.m. NHL Network, AT&T Sportsnet Pittsburgh, and NBC Sports Chicago. Tampa Bay at Washington, 7 p.m. NBC Sports Washington, Bally Sports Sun in Florida. Seattle at Columbus, 7 p.m. Bally Sports Ohio, Root Sports Northwest. That's right. Belly. Carolina at Nashville, 8 p.m. Bally Sports South and Bally Sports South. Oh. I think what they're talking about is Bally Sports South for Carolina and Bally Sports South for Nashville. St. Louis at Colorado, 9 o'clock on Altitude Network and Bally Sports Midwest. Winnipeg at San Jose, 10 o'clock on Sportsnet West. Calgary at Edmonton, 10 o'clock on CBC, Sportsnet East, Sportsnet Ontario, and Sportsnet Pacific. And Minnesota at Los Angeles will be 10:30 on Bally Sports West. So there you go, folks. There's your there's your hockey there's your hockey menu for I guess to a weekend and the first Saturday night of the regular season, or as we like to call it, Hockey Night in Canada and America. All right, let's get you some headlines here. Get you some headlines as we do this so well. And oops. Yeah, oh, good. We got it here. Bryson DeChambeau advanced with ease on Thursday to the championship round. The Professional Long Drivers of America World Championships in Mesquite, Nevada. After finishing in a tie for fourth place, DeChambeau, in making the cut, will play in the final day of competition slated for tomorrow against the other 15 golfers left standing in the event. There you go. Let's go to college football, and oh boy, what Oklahoma and Texas have started. Wow. Boise State and San Diego State informed the Mountain West on Thursday they intend to stay in the conference. Sources confirmed to Dennis Dodd of CBS Sports and Matt Lorlander, also of CBS Sports. The two schools were targeted by the AAC as possible expansion options after three AAC teams, Cincinnati, Houston, and the University of Central Florida, announced their move to the Big 12 earlier in September. Boise State intends to stay in the Mountain West with hopes of bigger invitation, specifically from the Big 12 or Pac-12, coming in the not-too-distant future. La la la. For all you Mystery Science Theater fans. Sources tell CBS Sports remains in lockstep with its desire to wait for a better offer rather than potentially moving conferences twice in a short period of time. How would it sound? Night, Lugs, I'm off to bed. Dandelion, my heart, thank you. And we're definitely going to be covering hockey with a blanket. I don't have the Don Cherry voice with me, but I will be wearing the wild outfits in his honor. The AAC still has interest in Colorado State and Air Force and that interest is mutual, with Air Force leading the charge and exploring a move, sources tell Dodd. Air Force would like to link up with Navy in the AAC All-American Conference, and Colorado State has local interest and align with the Falcons. The universities are less than 150 miles from one another in Colorado. I will try to play the Coach's Corner theme on the musical instrument of love, the kazoo. So, good night, Dandelion, and let me play you off to sleep the only way I know how. Good night, Dandelion. Okay. Part of the AAC's goal in targeting Mountain West teams is to destabilize the group. Oh, by the way, we're also going to be doing CFL games. Keep an eye on that. Is to destabilize the group of five landscape and solidify itself as an even bigger power. The All-American Conference has often been considered the top group of five conference, but the loss of three top-tier programs in major media markets could change that in a huge way. So stay tuned for that. In the National Football League, we have some big news. If you thought the weekend was wonderful as a halftime entertainment for last year's Super Bowl, well, when the NFL hosts Super Bowl 56 in the Los Angeles area in February, it will do so with one of its biggest halftime shows to date, at least in terms of ultimate star power on the stage. The league announced Thursday, along with Pepsi and Jay-Z's Rock Nation, that this year's Super Bowl halftime show, set for Inglewood SoFi Stadium, home of the LA Rams, by the way, undefeated, will be headlined by five different legends of the hip-hop scene: Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige, and Snoop Dogg. That's right. The NFL entered a partnership with Jay-Z's Rock Nation in 2019, and this marks their most star-studded collaboration yet. Along with Pepsi, the partners featured The Weeknd. Here's 2020 Super Bowl win with Shakira and Jennifer Lopez sharing the stage the year prior. This year's lineup boasts a combined 43 Grammy wins, plus hundreds of millions of album sales worldwide, not to mention several Los Angeles connections. All right. So there you go. You're going to have a halftime show to be proud of, so you don't have to go to the toilet. All right. Let's get going because we got 3 segments left. This has been fun. Let's go to the Astros clinched their fourth AL West title, and in the NBA, wow, Philadelphia 76er all Embiid responded to a report on Thursday that Ben Simmons no longer wanted to play alongside him due to his playing style. Simmons has requested trade away from Philadelphia, and he plans to stay away from the Sixers until his wish is granted, otherwise known as he's being a spoiled rich son of a bitch. Now, while Embiid noted that he still thinks the Sixers are better off with the Defensive Player of the Year runner-up on the court, he also pushed back against the idea that Simmons' unhappiness with his role in Philadelphia is somehow his fault. Embiid said that he has altered his own game to better fit alongside Simmons, and added that he feels like Philadelphia's rosters have consistently been built around Simmons, who prefers to operate with the ball in his hands. Gee, sounds very familiar, doesn't it? To someone we all know and in some ways still to this day despise. Come on, James. Sorry, I had a cough in my throat. um, due to his inability to space the floor with a shot. Both of those things are objectively true. In fact, some of the comment was, I feel like from Embiid, I feel like our teams have been built, whether it's the shooting needed or stretch five and that stuff. I feel he's always had it here, and we still have it. Curry is one of the best 3-point shooters ever. Danny Green, Tobias is a 40% 3-point shooter. Burkan Korkmaz is coming off the bench at times. Shake Milton, I think he could be a better shooter, but he can get hot. We just added George Niang, so I feel like our teams have always been built around his needs. So why is he becoming a selfish, entitled asshole? I don't know, but someone should. Okay, 3 segments to go. Let's rock and ride this. We go to the football, as in soccer, and once again, for time, we'll just skip around. In the Europa League, Group A, Lyon over Brondby 3-0. Sparta Prague over Rangers 1-0. Group B, Real Sociedad and Monaco tied at 1. Eindhoven beat Sturm Graz 4-1. Group C, Legia Warsaw beat Leicester City 1-0. Spartak Moscow over Napoli 3-2. Group D, Olympiacos over Fenerbahce 3-0. Eintracht Frankfurt 1-0 over Royal Antwerp. Group E, Lazio 2, Lokomotiv Moscow. Lokomotiv Moscow 2-0. Marseille and Galatasaray ended up in a goose egg tie. Group F, Red Star Belgrade over Ludogorets Razgrad 1-0. Sporting Braga over Midtjylland 3-1. In Group G, it was Bayer Leverkusen over Celtic 4-0. Real Betis over Ferencvárosi 3-1. Dinamo Zagreb over Genk 3-0 in Group H. West Ham United over Rapid Vienna 2-0. Let's go now to Major League Soccer. Chicago Fire over New York City 2-0. Sporting KC over Dallas 3-1. Nashville or Orlando City tied at 2. Colorado Rapids over Austin 3-0. Houston over Vancouver. Actually, they ended up in a 0-0 tie. Real Salt Lake and LA Galaxy 2-1. Real Salt Lake. Portland over the Los Angeles Football Club 2-1. Seattle over San Jose 3-1. Okay, we've done that. Let's get you updated on some media before we go bye-bye. We got 2 things from ESPN to somewhat discuss. Thursday, ESPN revealed their plans for Debatable, the show that will essentially serve as the successor to Highly Questionable, which was canceled this month. At the Moment show, available on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and the ESPN app, will run between 45 and 60 minutes each weekday and cover the most compelling topics from around the sports world with an even greater depth and digression. It premieres Monday, October the 4th. Involved personalities have yet to be announced. It's a rotating team of signature voices. Most of the unusual crew from HQ will be involved, well, except one, Katie Nolan, who I think was misused at ESPN and will probably wind up in another media format, because I don't think she'd really want to be going back with her head between her knees to Fox Sports. Now, given the description of Debatable, it sounds like High Noon, the Bomani Jones, Pablo Torre high concept show that, it was good for the 2 months it was on. It was canceled in early 2020. Good luck. Speaking of luck, more with ESPN. They unveiled, since ESPN and Turner start their big NHL mega deal today. Well, TNT does with the preseason. But ESPN has unveiled their new weekly NHL studio show. That's right. Uh, Obviously, hockey will have more of a presence across various existing ESPN platforms and properties. Synergy, sweet synergy. You gotta love that synergy. In addition, a new studio show was always a safe bet after having let's try it again. Has a strong sign of support when bringing a new returning sport to the land of Bristol. And if ESPN is launching an NHL studio show, you got to have John Butchergross, as the top candidate. Yes. Well, if you somehow actually did spend some time speculating about all that, you're in the right section. Second, you're correct, as ESPN today announced the launch of The Point, a weekly studio show covering all things NHL, hosted by John Butchergross. Debuts October 7th, and after a multi-show opening week, part of the Hockey Blitz, it'll set a weekly 3 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays on The Deuce. There's also a lot of teal. Butchergross invoked a past ESPN hockey show and a past ESPN non-Melicure NHL Tonight, obviously. And we wish them well, and we hope, unlike Baseball Tonight, ESPN, with their NHL contract, will at least keep this show on the air and not treat it like a redheaded bastard stepchild. Okay, 12:28. We're moving along rather nicely. Well, TSN had their problems when Bell decided to knock off a few of their radio stations. Now I guess it's Rogers Sports and Media's turn. That's right. It's difficult to discuss the whole scope of the radio changes announced by Sportsnet, the Canadian company owned by Rogers. That will be more familiar to this week. The company's release, which started with a "listen up, sports fans," was vague, mostly throwing out meaningless marketing-inspired lines like whether on live radio or on-demand podcast. Sportsnet's new audio content plans to replace the traditional radio lineup in Toronto in favor of seasoned sports-specific and spontaneous programming so that the fans can consume the content that matters most to them on their preferred platforms. Beginning this Monday, quote, "The actual implications of this are more complicated, but they come with many exits in Toronto and Vancouver in particular, perhaps in Calgary as well, but therein is, there's less confusion. Let's speak." Now, there are a few big things that we being the folks at Awful Announcing, know at this point, many which are outlined. From Sean Fitzgerald of The Athletic, there are a lot of people leaving Sportsnet, the 60, including Drive Time co-host Richard Deitch, morning co-host Scott MacArthur. His co-host Mike Zigomanis left last week. Versatile longtime personality Rob Wong, assistant PD Jason Rozan, Josh Goldberg, known for his work on Blue Jay coverage. Obviously, with the Blue Jays dumping radio coverage, instead going with the simulcast of their TV feed. Don't need him now, do you? Update anchor. Now let's see. Update anchor and host Isaac Giroux, anchor Andrew Nee, and more. There are some notable figures leaving Sportsnet 690 Vancouver from the, as outlined by Patrick Johnson of Le Provence, including morning host Scott Rintoul and Karen Sermon, afternoon anchor Adam Forsyth, and more. On the additions, Jeff Marek will now have a national hockey show airing on Sportsnet The Fan 590 in Toronto, Sportsnet 960 Calgary, and Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver from 12 to 2 Eastern during the NHL season. As for the rest, no details released on Calgary and Vancouver, but the Sportsnet release has programming updates for 590 The Fan in Toronto. Will Liu have a Raptor show airing from 2 to 3 Eastern during the NBA season with production and guest hosting from Alec Wong. The Fan's morning show from 6 to 10 will now feature fan veteran J.D. Bunkus with fan newcomers Blake Murphy and Alish Fofar. Nick Kyprios is coming back to Sportsnet for a 3 to 5 show alongside Justin Bourne, while the 5 to 7 slot will look quite different depending on season. Jeff Blair and Kevin Barker will host there during MLB season, with Stephen Brunt and Ben Ennis hosting there during NBA and NHL season. No details on what happens during the overlap of those seasons. So there you go. The new fan lineup: 6 to 10, the Fan Morning Show. Jace Talk 10 to 2. Jeff Marek 12 to 2. Raptors 2 to 3. Kiprios and Bourne 3 to 5. And Brunt and Ennis at 5 to 7. Beyond that, there is no idea. The idea of emphasizing podcast over conventional radio content is certainly something we know very well here in the U.S. There's certain content where that's proven to be a good fit. Bomani Jones chose to shift from radio to podcast focus role in 2017. The new Meadowlark Media approach, including former ESPN radio personality Dan Le Batard and former ESPN executive John Skipper, is much focused on on-demand content than on a specific radio lineup, and there may be some merit to that in Canada. Many of the people let go in TSN Radio's Vancouver, Winnipeg, Hamilton cuts in February are now doing well on various on-demand and streaming shows. Good luck to them all, I'm going to say. Good luck to them all. And that means, folks, we're down to our final segment. And that means we go international. And by the way, speaking of international, our winner of the week is the Comicsgate fan. No, is the fan of Comicsgate who was seen on camera along with other wrestling fans Wednesday night from Rochester, New York, AEW on TNT, and he held up a sign saying, "Hi, Comicsgate." As you know, I am a Comicsgate member. I got all the comic books, and there's more to come. Independent comics are here to stay. And that guy just made Comicsgate an international word. Oh, by the way, did I forget to mention one little piece of irony? See, TNT for right now is owned by Warner Media. One of Warner Media's properties, besides the Turner Networks, just happens to be the comic publisher, which is nearing death's door, like Marvel, DC Comics. So here's my challenge to anyone going to the second anniversary AEW event in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Those of you who watch our show, hear it. I challenge you to do what that guy did. Make a sign that says, "Hi, Comicsgate," or better yet, make a sign that says Comicsgate rules, and underneath of it, in parentheses, just, big enough for the camera can read it, DC Comics suck. Independent comics rock, or Comicsgate rocks. If the camera catches it, I want somebody to screenshot it and send it in. Send it in to either Mandy Summers. Send it. Share it with us on the Twitter page. On everybody that's a Comicsgate creator or Comicsgate fans such as myself. My Twitter is, of course, at Lugnuts6. That's Lugnuts, the number 6. Folks, we are one segment down. And we got it. We're going about 4 minutes overtime here. So let's go to the EuroLeague in basketball. Monaco over Panathinaikos, 75-63. Maccabi Tel Aviv over Bayern, 69-68. Olympia Milano, 84-74 over CSKA Moscow. Real Madrid over Andaluefs, 82-69. And why do we bing a bell once again? Because of the number 69? Because it is a workable number. Okay. Sweden hockey, or hockey from Sweden. Lexans over Gardens 3-1. Frolunda over Orbro 4-2. Linkopings over Rogel 4-1. Vecjo over Malmo 3-1. Okersham over Burness 6-3. Skelfty over Farajad 4-0. Timra over Lulia 5-3. And by the way, 18 minutes. We're nearing the end of the last game of the night in hockey. LA Kings about to put the Vegas Golden Knights out of their misery. They lead 3-1. In Extraliga in Czech Republic, Olomouc defeated Kladno 3-2. In Japanese baseball, Yokohama Bay Stars defeated the Yakut Swallows 7-6. Escobar, the winner, he's 4-4 for the Bay Stars. McGough is 2-2. He got the loss for the Swallows. Oric Buffaloes over the Chibalati Marines 4-3. Tajimi gets the win for the Buffaloes. He's 7-8. Masuda the loss for the Marines. He's 1-5. Chunichi Dragons over the Yomiuri Giants 1-0. Oh no gets the win for the Dragons. He's 7-10. Mercedes gets the loss for the Giants. He's 7-3. Seibu Lions over the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 8-7. Garrett for the Lions gets the win. He's 2-3. Mori gets the loss for the Hawks. He's 1-1. Hiroshima Carp over the Hanshin Tigers 5-4. Kemna gets the win for the Carp. He's 2-1. Iwazaki gets the loss for the Tigers. He's 2-4. Rakuten Golden Eagles got jiggy with the Nippon Ham Fighters 8-5. Huge gets the win for the Eagles. He's 1-0. Kaneko gets the loss. He's 0-4. Do we have any updates? Yes, we do. 8th inning, San Francisco and Arizona tied at 4. And then the 7th inning, Dodgers over the Padres 7-3. South Korea baseball, let's go bottom up. Samsung Lions over the Hanwha Eagles 6-2. NC Dinos over the SSG Landers 6-2. Lottie Giants over the KT Wiz Suwon 8-4. LG Twins over the Doosan Bears 12-4. And the Kaiwoom Heroes over the Kia Tigers 2-0. And of course, updating our topper, the NFL game. Cincinnati Bengals gave Jacksonville their 4th loss, 24-21. That is going to wrap things up for us, and we want to thank you all for joining us on a beautiful Thursday. We got more of this madness on Friday, and we thank you all for tuning in. I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley for Harry von Stuttgart and everybody in the control room here at the Tom O'Neill Studios in Jackson and the Fred McLeod Sports Desk. I'm Steve Baxley. Thank you for tuning in. Adios, arrivederci. We'll talk to you tomorrow night, 11:35. Obviously, another big night in sports, at least we hope. Till then, have a great evening on the West Coast. Have a great morning on the East Coast. Good night. God bless. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. Back tomorrow night. We hope you'll be back too. Good night, everybody.